Here's something that makes me want to pull my hair out. People pouring money into meme stocks while their credit card sits there quietly charging them 24% interest. It's the financial version of trying to fill a bathtub with the drain wide open. You can pour all day and never see the water rise. I'm Nick, and I spend a ridiculous amount of time studying how people build wealth, and how most of them accidentally sabotage themselves by doing things in the wrong order. If you want the actual optimal sequence for putting your money to work, instead of just guessing, stick around and subscribe. This could save you a genuinely large amount of money. Let's start with a number that should stop you in your tracks. Recent surveys show a huge share of Americans have little to nothing set aside for emergencies. The typical amount saved sits somewhere around a few $100s, which is less than most people's phone bill. And yet those same people are messaging me asking whether they should buy Bitcoin. That's like asking whether to buy a boat when you can't cover a flat tire. There's a specific order that money should flow through. Foundation first, excitement last. And getting it backwards can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Today, I'll walk through that order step by step, including why your employer match matters more than almost anything else, and why one account most people ignore might be the single best deal in personal finance. Think of your finances like building a house. You don't install marble countertops before you've poured the foundation. Yet that's exactly what most people do, chasing a hot stock tip while carrying debt that's actively working against them faster than any investment could realistically work for them. Step 1. Build a starter emergency fund. I know, boring. You want stock picks, not a savings account. But here's why this step comes first. It's not really about the money, it's about protection. Without a cushion, a blown tire or a surprise medical bill forces you to sell investments at the worst possible moment or rack up debt to cover it. How much do you need? The old 3 to 6 months rule is technically correct, but practically useless as a starting target. It's too big to feel achievable. Instead, aim for your first $1,000 as fast as possible. That alone covers most minor disasters. Then build to 1 month of expenses, then 3. Small sequential targets beat one overwhelming number. Worth noting, research from Vanguard found that people with as little as $2,000 set aside reported meaningfully higher financial well-being than those with none, one of the biggest single boosts they measured. $2,000 isn't a fortune, but psychologically it changes everything. Step 2. Kill high-interest debt. Once your starter cushion exists, the next move is non-negotiable. Wipe out anything charging roughly 8% or more, and credit cards are the biggest offender here, often running 20% plus. Carrying that debt while investing is like sprinting with ankle weights. Paying it off guarantees you a return equal to the interest rate, often better than what the market delivers after taxes, and with zero risk. Quick example. $5,000 in credit card debt at 22%, paying only minimums, can cost you nearly $3,000 in interest alone over a few years. That's money you're handing the bank for nothing. The most efficient approach: list every debt, pay minimums on all, then throw every spare dollar at the highest interest one first. This is called the avalanche method, and mathematically, it beats paying off the smallest balance first every time. Step 3. Grab your employer match, even before debt is fully gone. Here's the one exception to debt first. If your employer matches retirement contributions, get the full match before finishing off your debt payoff. Why? Because a match is essentially a guaranteed instant return, often 50% to 100% on your contribution. Even a 22% credit card can't compete with free money that doubles instantly. Say your employer matches 50 cents per dollar up to 6% of a $50,000 salary. Contributing $3,000 gets you an extra $1,500 immediately. Contribute just enough to capture the full match, Then redirect everything else back to crushing your debt. One caveat: check your vesting schedule. Some employers require you to stay a certain number of years to fully keep matched funds. With those three pieces in place, starter fund, high interest debt gone, match captured, your foundation is solid. Now we move into what I call the tax efficiency zone, where most people skip straight to taxable investing and quietly cost themselves a fortune. Step 4. Max out an IRA. This comes before adding extra money to your 401k beyond the match, because IRAs typically give you far more control and dramatically lower fees. Employer 401k plans are often stuffed with limited, expensive fund options, some charging 1% to 2% in fees annually. That sounds small, but compounded over decades, that fee difference can quietly eat tens of thousands of dollars. An IRA lets you pick low-cost index funds instead. Contribution limits sit around $7,000 a year, higher if you're 50 plus. Small compared to a 401k, but the fee savings alone make it worth prioritizing first. Now you'll face the Roth versus traditional decision. Traditional accounts reduce your taxable income now, but you're taxed on withdrawals later. Roth accounts tax you now, but withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. General guidance: if you're early career and likely earning more later, Roth tends to make sense. If you're in your peak earning years now, traditional often wins. If you genuinely can't predict it, and nobody really can, splitting contributions between both gives you flexibility either way. Step 5. The HSA, most people's most overlooked account. If you have access to a health savings account through a high-deductible health plan, this might be the single best account available to you. It offers a rare triple tax benefit. Contributions reduce your taxable income, growth is tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also completely tax-free. No other account hits all three. For 2025, contribution limits run around $4,300 for individual coverage or $8,550 for family coverage. Here's the power move. If you can afford to pay small medical costs out of pocket now, do it. And let the HSA balance stay invested and growing. Keep your receipts. There's no deadline on reimbursing yourself, so you could pay for a doctor's visit today and reimburse yourself from the account decades later, completely tax-free. After 65, you can withdraw for any reason, paying regular income tax on non-medical withdrawals like a traditional IRA, meaning it doubles as a backup retirement account. Run the math on this, and it's staggering. Max contributions over 30 years at a 7% return could realistically exceed $300,000, $400,000 in tax-free money, right around the average amount couples spend on healthcare in retirement. Step 6. Go back and max out your 401k. Once your IRA and HSA are fully funded, return to your 401k and push contributions up to the annual limit, around $23,500 for most people in 2025, higher with catch-up contributions. Between IRA, HSA, and full 401k contributions, someone could realistically shelter $30,000 plus a year from current taxation. Serious money compounding without the IRS taking an annual bite. Realistically, very few people make it this far. Most Americans save a small fraction of their income, not enough to even fully capture their match and IRA. If you get through this entire sequence, you're already ahead of the vast majority of savers. Step 7. Finally, taxable brokerage accounts. This is where people usually want to start, and where they should actually finish. Taxable accounts have no contribution limits and total flexibility, but every dividend and every gain gets taxed along the way, creating steady drag on your returns. Run the comparison. $10,000 invested annually for 30 years at 7% inside a tax-advantaged account could land near $900,000 plus Oz. The same investment in a taxable account, after ongoing taxes, often lands meaningfully lower, sometimes by a couple $100,000. That said, taxable accounts still matter. Once everything else is maxed, they give you flexibility retirement accounts can't. Money for a house down payment, a bridge to early retirement before you can touch retirement funds, or assets that pass to heirs with favorable tax treatment. So here's the order, one more time. Starter emergency fund, kill high-interest debt, grab the employer match, max your IRA, fund your HSA, max your 401k, then, and only then, taxable investing. Follow that sequence, and you'll quietly outbuild almost everyone chasing the next hot stock. Boring in order wins.